Okay, Christmas is over and I got a handful of parts to upgrade the 450L. But the first thing I wanted to do first was get the handlebars upgraded. I'm 6'3", and these bikes really aren't designed for somebody 6'3", so when I'm standing up on the bike, I kind of feel hunched over. And while the crossbar on here is, for the rentals, it's kind of their old stable, I personally prefer going to an oversized handlebar with a 1/8 single. And so what I decided to go with, again, was the ProTaper EVO. I've had it before, and I'm going with the Wyndham band. But I wanted to do something a little different for grips this time. In the past, I've tried pillow tops and some different ones. I wanted to go with the Emig ones that I hear everybody talk about that they like so much. And I love the fact that you don't glue them on. So you can slide them on, tighten them, and then if I don't like them, I can take them off really easily. So I thought it'd be good today to take a look at getting the bike set up with that setup. How much work is it? Do I run out of any room on the handlebar? And then kind of curious about how much extra height we get. So instead of replacing the posts on the triple clamp, I bought the ProTaper adapters. So that alone is going to give me a little bit of extra rise from the bar. So before we start putting that in, I'm going to go ahead and take a measurement of where the handlebars sit stock off the ground. And then when we're all done, we'll take a measurement of where the handlebars are at and just see how much height we gained. All right, well, I grabbed the tools to get this started. Be sure to hit that subscribe button. Okay, so we're holding the bike level. And at the top of the grip, we are right at 4 feet, so 48 inches. So that's kind of our starting point for height, and we'll see how much higher we can get from there. Okay, so before I take everything off, I'm just going to go ahead and put these out of the way, and we will get the ProTaper risers installed next. Okay, so with these ProTaper risers, they're pretty simple. You've got your standard bolts up top to clamp, but then these nuts down here will go into the factory mounts, and so you just gotta take them apart and put them in. Okay, so in the instruction manual, it says that for where the bar mount posts are gonna go, you want those hanging off the outside, which makes sense because you wouldn't want all the pressure in the middle. You want it spread out. And so for both these bolts in here and those bolts, they say to tighten them to 15 to 17 foot-pounds. So I'm just gonna meet that in the middle. Okay, one thing that happened on here is the post started spinning, so I'm gonna have him hold it while I finish tightening this down. Okay, so I'm not going to torque these all the way. We're just going to get these on here holding while we put the accessories on, and then I will come back and actually torque these after I've sat on the bike and found a spot I like. Okay, so in my opinion, the advantage of doing it this way is we've got the new handlebars on here, and while this is in the air, I can just start with one side and take things off. I don't like the factory grip, so I'm just going to cut that off, and then we'll loosen the accessories and slide them off, and we'll put the most inner one in on here first. Okay, so progress check-in real quick. We've just got these on here loosely. So this is the switch, the mirror, and obviously this isn't enough room for the grip. I'm not too worried yet. Right now I'm just trying to get this bar out of here. So over here, one of the things that's different with the Emig Grips is it replaces I believe what it does is it somehow replaces the throttle tube. It'll give me my first time doing it. So we're just gonna do the same thing on this side, take all these pieces off, and then put them back on with the brake mount and this mount. Okay, so this was pretty straightforward to put these two on. They're kind of tied together right here, this little cable. So just something to be mindful of as you're working on them. And then we've got the Emig Grips. Again, these are just clamp on, bolt on ones, but here's what I don't know, so I actually have to look at the instructions. It comes with these different, I believe, throttle tube adapters, or adapters for the throttle, because I believe this is a whole new throttle tube and grips. So we just gotta make sure we get the right adapter on here. Okay, so it looks like the ones that were mounted already are exactly the same ones. And if you just caught that, I was thinking, I'm like, hey, they didn't include instructions. There they are. They're in the tube. Oh well, but at this point I don't need the instructions. It's gonna go inside. The only thing I don't know is which one's return. Shoot. Pretty sure this one's. I've almost succeeded. Okay.
You got it.
Yep. Okay, so this is why I don't declare any of my videos official how-tos. When we were putting this together, the throttle cable, I got it stuck behind here and behind the mirror. And so we took the mirror off to get it back. Thankfully, I took a picture before we started. I reconnected the throttle cable on here with it off the handlebar. Not supposed to do that. So we took the handlebars off, as you saw, so that we could slide them over and put it on without doing it again. And then along the way, the throttle tube popped out of the housing. And so I had to put it back in. I think this looks right. So yeah, just kind of talking through this. Again, this is why you learn. So the next time I go to put these on here, I'm gonna know how to do it better. So I'm gonna finish getting the mirror back on here, line this up, and we'll get the grip over on that side. So not too bad. The instructions that were inside here were simply a fitment chart of which cams go for what bike. So no big deal there. On the clutch side, it's just a 3mm Allen on here to tighten it. So I'm gonna loosen it. Okay, so one of the things I was a little worried about is on the EVOs, I don't know if it's gonna focus, there's a nice diamond pattern here to hold on the grips tight, but this is not wanting to slide over, so we're probably gonna have to sand it a little. Okay, so you can see on here, it was black. I'm not getting a good focus, but I had to grind it down quite a bit. And what was white grips that I thought would look cool are now dirty, but not like they were gonna stay clean riding the bike. Okay, but from here I can get this lined up the way I want and tighten the nut. Got the grips on, and then got the clutch and brake adjusted to personal feel. So now what I wanna do is remeasure this again. Now I do want to say that depending on how you roll it forward or backwards, that's a personal preference and it'll change the height. So I would call what I had before stock, but it was also, that's how the dealer installed it. So I'm going to put the bar pad on here so we can rest the level on it, and then we will get a measurement. Got it level?
49.
Okay, so yeah, we are right on the cusp of 49, maybe a little less. So in total, we got almost an inch out of the rise, which is mainly from the adapters. Okay, so at 6'3", when I was standing up before, it's kind of getting a hunched over feeling, nothing like the stock 650, but there was still a little bit of a hunched over feeling. Now that I've got the rise on here, I can almost, not quite, have a stand up straight. So if I'm reaching down far enough to get my grips, I'm not bent over much. And so that's why I go with the risers, because I need that extra height out of it. Okay, so that's it. It was a little more work than I thought it would be, but I think most projects are. But at this point, I've got them done. They look really good on the bike. And so at this point, it's just a matter of waiting for snow to melt so we can go ride more. Okay, thanks for checking out this video. If you liked it, hit the thumbs up. I'm kind of curious what everybody else out there likes to ride with. So go and post in the comments what bars you use and what your favorite grips are. I'll give a report in a riding video in the spring what I think about these grips. For right now, I like them. They feel nice. Depending on how dirty they stay, I might do a different color next time, but that's not a big deal. All right, thanks for watching.